Greetings, curious viewers. Tool Tips with Tommy here, and update number 3. I'll probably do a couple of videos to update it, but I got the hood. It's on. I got the headlights in, but this headlight here is only got a couple of bolts on it in the front. There's one in the back that didn't mount, and then there's a mount piece underneath it that I need to buy. That's one of those million clips I need to buy, but the hood is on. It's yeah, the gap is consistent, but it's a little too tight here, so I'm gonna have to adjust it. But it's not making contact here, so it's fine for now. But I think I'm gonna let the body guys do that, because I went and talked to the Eric guy who's gonna pull it out over here and do the body work. Because I'm not gonna do the body work since I don't need to do the frame. I'm just gonna invest that money and have somebody do the paint and body for me, so I don't have to mess with that. Because I want it to look good. If I do the paint and body, if I do the body work, it'll get done, but it'll look terrible. So I'm gonna let a professional handle that, because that's what everyone's gonna see. So it's important to me that it looks good. You know, it's gonna stay the same color and everything. So let's go for a drive. Oh, we can't. Okay, so yeah, I just did take the seats out. I did pull all of the seatbelt stuff out, so I'm waiting. I sent that stuff into what is that, System Restore or whatever, and they've got well, they're, you know, it's being UPS or FedExed to them. They should get it hopefully at the beginning of next week and get it back to me ASAP. I got vacation next week, and I was kind of hoping to get this done, so I could I don't know, I just wanted to get it all done I'll get a bunch of stuff done next week while I'm on vacation. So yep, so I kind of cleaned that side, but this side's still a mess. I did find a bunch of change, so, you know, well, not enough change to like do everything. I found like $3 in change, a bunch of quarters and what have you. So, and one of the things, so I did buy the one that came with the car did not have the wireless charging. So when I pulled the center console out, because I had to, in order to get to the SRS ECU, it's underneath here, so you got to pull the center console. And so when I pulled the center console out, I decided I was going to go ahead and put the wireless charging bay in here, or dock in here. So I changed this piece out and put the wireless charging one in here. The wireless charging, apparently the phones in 2018 aren't as big as the phones in 2024. So my Galaxy, I have the Samsung, the 24, yeah, the Galaxy 24 Ultra. It's too big to fit in here. Not only that, I don't know if the wireless charging is working. That being said, it's not, you know, I did plug everything in underneath there, I think, just to like test it. So I'm not 100% sure it's not working, but we'll see. It is in the system has the wireless charging option to turn it on and off. So I think it's gonna work, and I thought that I had looked on some forums and they said it would work. But once again, everything's not completely plugged in and dialed in yet. So I'm going to leave it in there, and then I'll just use a smaller phone. I have like 5 cell phones, so I'll just use the smaller phone that will fit in here when I drive this car. So, but that's the thing. It was funny. I put my Galaxy in here and it was like sticking out. I'm like, how come it's not laying flat? And then I looked, and what I can do, and what I looked at, so the end right here, this end is pretty thick. And if I cut that down or cut it off, the phone will probably fit, but we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But that was one of the things I thought was kind of funny. I was like, oh, I guess the 2018 phones were smaller than 2024 phones, so they all fit. But yeah, so I'm waiting for the seatbelt stuff to get done. I do have an even 70,800 miles on it now, which is kind of cool. I don't know how. I was pretty lucky to get that done. But yeah, I'm gonna do some cleaning. Let's see. I don't think I did anything under the hood that I need to show. Oh, didn't see this yet. So, put my airbags on, and I hooked up the horn today. So the horn works. Only one horn. There's 2 horns on this car, apparently. There's one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. And the passenger side one It got shredded. It's lost. It's gone. So I ordered a new horn today. That's the low pitch, I guess. I don't know. But that's the first time I heard the horn work. So, but yeah, I got the airbag here replaced. I got the airbag under here replaced. The horn's working good too, apparently. But let's go ahead and pop the hood because the hood works. Oh, let's start it up too. Let me. Turn off, thank you. Okay. So up front, so there you go, the hood goes up, the hood stays up. So yeah, over here, hooked up the horn, hooked up the headlight. Headlight's all bolted in on this side. On this side, the headlight's bolted in up here, and where's then here? Those are the easy ones, and then the tough one is going to be back here. This mount back here, that needs to be bent out. So this whole part right here needs to lift up. This whole part here needs to lift up a little and come out. I did figure out, so that was what the wiring was. That wiring, I didn't know where that wire went. I thought it went to sensors or something. I went into Kia today, and they said when I went to order the fender and the bumper today at Kia. And I talked to a technician, and he goes, "Oh, that's the horn. That's the horn wiring." And I was like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot there was a horn on the front. Duh." I don't know why. I felt so stupid because it was like, "Oh yeah." And then I did get so this is the stop and go, the smart cruise control stop and go. So I got that thing set up, and then the lane keep assist is the windshield. So the little camera right here. There's a camera that goes in here on the windshield, and so the lane keep assist won't work until I get the windshield replaced and get that camera back in place. But yeah, so I got the new hinges. In. I kind of like the zinc. I think I'm going to keep them zinc. I'm not going to paint them. I am going to paint the underside of the hood. I have some high chroma red. You can buy stock colors in aerosol cans. So I got a couple of cans, and I'm just gonna paint the underside under here so I can put the insulation in. I have a little rubber strip that goes along here, and I want to get the underside of the hood all done and finished so I can, when they paint it, all they have to do is worry about the outside of the car. But it's actually running really good now. I mean, I don't own a cat or a kitten, but it's purring like one, so I have friends that have cats, and I know what they sound like when they purr, and that's what it sounds like. It's really starting to run well now. The cooling system is working perfectly. I don't know if you can see, but the water in the tank, you know, when it's cold, it's at the bottom. When it gets hot, it goes right to the top line right there, perfect, like it's supposed to. Yeah, I glued some more pieces. This piece right here had broken off. I glued that on so I could keep that. So that one's mounted perfectly. This thing right here had busted. I used some epoxy on that and glued that on, so that's good. So yeah, things are coming along. It's getting there. But I do have the headlight in now, so we're gonna go see what lights we have on the dash now. I know that also, so this tire is holding air. I plugged it. Let me see if you can see the plug. Where is it? I thought it was on here, right on the top somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. So I plugged it. First time I've ever plugged the tire. I don't know, you know, this tire's got no meat on it yet left, but it doesn't make that funny noise now when I drive because it doesn't have a screw in it. But it's holding air, so let's see if all the lights are off inside, or see how many lights are off. I'm sure I'm still going to have the SRS warning because I don't have the seat belts and stuff, so that the brake and the seatbelt lights are still going to both be on. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? Yeah, check blind spot, collision warning system. I don't know what does that, but lane departure. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, maybe because of these center consoles out, there's going to be some issues. The electric parking brake, the brake, these three lights down here, I think those will all come off when I get the when I put the seat belts back in. Because if you can't put the seatbelt on, it causes problems. So and make sure. And I'm gonna have to put gas in. I've got 9 miles left and I'm on E, so I don't know if I'm gonna drive it to the gas station or what. But look, it even tells me fuel low. Would you like to do a search? Yes. Let's see what happens. Oh, it comes up. Arco, Valero, Chevron, Arco, Garfield. Doesn't even have Shell. Where's Shell? Shell's where I'm gonna go. 76. There's the Shell. But that's the wrong one. That's the one on Brooker's, far away. There's a Shell like a half a mile from my house. It's not even on here. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna do some cleaning, and then I'll probably do another video and add this to the other video. But that's where we're at now. Hey! Greetings, curious viewers. Tool Tips with Tommy here, and got a couple more things done. Let's see. So I've got the front bumper fascia, but it's just sitting on here. It's not mounted or anything, so I could just take it right off. But I just set it in there to kind of see. And of course, this side lines up good over here. You know, that's gonna tuck up inside there like that. So that this side's good. This side's close. Once again, we're close. So the light's gonna need to get manipulated a little bit. The fender does okay in here. It's a little bit, the fender sticks out a little here, so this is gonna have to come out a little bit more, but it lines up good up here. And the gap here is hard to quantify because this door is tweaked right there. It's moved in about probably 3/8 of an inch, so that gap is tough to it's going to be tough to do until the door gets fixed or replaced. But if we can get a good gap here, right, get a good gap along here, and then no gap along here like the other side, then we'll make the door, you know, we'll adjust the door to fit, or the door should fit. But yeah, so it's got its little front bumper on, and I do have, so here's I got the fender, I got the front, this is the front piece right here that's bent, so I'm going to cut off the other one and then pull it out and weld that on. And then this is that's the little fender piece that holds the front of the fender, so that's the one that's up here on the front of the fender that locks in. And I'm going to weld both of those on, although I don't know if I'm going to weld them on. I may take them to the body shop and just have them do all of that, just fit all the pieces on and paint it, and then I'll finish all the rest of the mechanicals. But yeah, so that's where we're at now with the front of the car kind of coming together with the bumper on it. So it's starting to look like a vehicle that I would drive on the road. All right, peace. Oh, follow-up coming later. I think I'm going to take it to the body shop next week. So I'm just still waiting on the safety restore for the seat belts. And as soon as I can get the seat belts and plug that whole system, that SRS system, back in, I'll probably load these parts up into my truck, drive them up there, and then drive the Kia up to the body shop and let them work their magic, which, you know, I could do, but not as well as them. One of the cool things, I don't know if I mentioned, so when I was tearing it up, I found the license plate that was in it. So this is the license plate that came with the car. And you'll notice it is registered until the end of June 2024. So I have a month to drive it and get it up there to the body shop. So, all right, I'll follow up when I get it to the body shop. Bye. Greetings, curious viewers. Tool Tips with Tommy here. Sunday. Oh, my car just locked. I think I got my key so I can unlock it. Yeah. So, I don't want to do that. So I just put the fender, so everything's just sitting on here. So I put the fender on just to kind of see where we're at, how close we're at. That's kind of where we're looking here. Everything's kind of fitting together. I was kind of considering doing it myself, but I think I'm just going to let the body shop do all of this. Yeah. I could probably mount the fender, but the headlight's going to need to be tweaked a little, so I might just let them do that. But that's what it's going to look like when it's all put together, but it'll be red. So everything's coming together though. Everything's kind of fitting. I do have the bottom, that base, that running board that goes along that bottom, but I think that goes on after the fender, so I didn't want to put it on yet until the fender gets mounted. So that's an easy one for the body shop. It's just a bunch of little tabs that you pop into place, so it just snaps in. There's not that much to it. So I did recharge the AC yesterday, so the air conditioner is, I think I'm going to test it here in a little bit, but I think the AC is working now. I think it's going to be blowing cold air, but we'll see. And I also bought a new tie rod for the front, right down in there. I bought a new tie rod because I couldn't imagine that tie rod wasn't bent from the other one, the way that the lower control arms were both tweaked. I couldn't imagine that tie rod right there for the steering wasn't also tweaked. So it was, I don't know, it wasn't that expensive, and I think it was important to replace it to make the steering and everything work properly. So yeah, so I did that. So there you go. You kind of get a view of it going together. So yup. So that's it for now. Get in. I'm going to do the AC. I'm getting the seat belts and everything are coming tomorrow from Safety Restore. So I should have all of those pieces, and I can do the whole interior and get that all buttoned back up. And then we'll do a scan and see what fault codes, what codes show up after I've done the SRS reset. So after everything's done again and fixed inside and put together, I'll run a check with my OBD2 whatever thing, and we'll see what codes come back or what we got. So I'm sure we're still going to have some kind of lane departure because the windshield's still busted, and that camera in there struggles to work, I guess, with that broken windshield. But we'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's it for now. Another update coming soon.